Hey, what's up guys? What's going on? Miguel here, FBA bro, and in this video we're going to be talking about book sales rank. We get a lot of questions regarding book sales rank on whether if they should buy the book, what does sales rank mean, and pretty much how to determine if it's a good sales rank or a bad sales rank on a book. And in this, we're just going to break it down into 3 slides. Why sales rank matters, because it's really important. Ranking parameters for books, and also what we tend to avoid, what we look for in sales rank. And also I did want to mention just quickly, on the left hand side we have all our information. We do have a Facebook group and an Instagram account, so if that's something you're interested, go ahead and check that out. That'd be cool. And so let's go ahead and move on forward. So why does sales rank matters? Sales rank is a way of identifying how many book copies are being sold. The lower the ranking equates to more sales, the higher ranking can equate to few or no sales. Understanding ranking parameters will allow you to determine whether a book makes sense to buy or not. So every time you scan a book on, let's say your apps that you're using, like your Amazon Seller app or your Scout IQ or FBA scan, it's going to come up with a sales rank. And that sales rank, let's say if it's at 5,000, then that's a really good ranking. And if it's higher than, let's say it's in the millions or 2 millions, 3 millions, that means that the ranking is really high up, so that it's a indicator that the book hasn't sold or isn't selling too often. So that can let you determine whether or not to purchase the book, because we do have to keep in mind that Amazon does charge monthly fees for storage, and they also charge for long-term storage fees. So you want a book that's going to be able to stay in the warehouse and be able to sell on time and still make you profit. So you won't lose profit, let's say if the book stays in there for a long time. So let's move on forward to the next slide, which is going to be sales rank parameters. This right here, these are actually triggers, parameters from the Scout IQ app. You can check the link down below. It's pretty cool. And pretty much it's simple. You know, any books that are ranked from 1,000 to 50,000, you want to at least make $2.50 profit. So let's say the book is running you 25 cents, and you know, that's how much it costs to purchase, and the book is ranked inside those margins. As long as you're making, you know, about $2.50 profit, or even $2, it's fine. I would send that book in. Again, it moves on to 50,000 to 125,000 or 125,000. You want to at least make $3 profit. And if we go all the way down to the bottom, which is going to be, let's say, 1 million to 2 million, that's where it gets a little different. You want to at least make $10 profit off the book, because again, we don't know how long that book is going to stay inside the Amazon Fulfillment Center for. We don't know how long it's going to take for it to sell. So those fees do add up. So at the end of the day, when that book does sell, you might get $3 profit, but the important part is that you're making profit. You're not losing profit from those long-term storage fees or those monthly fees. And all the way down to 3 million to 6 million, you want to make at least $30 profit. Because it varies. You know, sales rank is a very interesting thing, because there's books that sometimes you'll send in that are ranked 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, and they might sell a week, you know, once a week inside the warehouse. So some of them might last a long time in there, sometimes a year, sometimes 2 years. But it's really funky. Sales rank is a very funky thing, but it is something that I'd suggest to look at and go by, especially if you're starting out. As you get more experienced, which you can get very experienced very fast when you sell books, because you're going to be looking at these things all the time, you'll be able to make a better judgment. But I would definitely just stick with these parameters. Make sure there's enough profit for you, profit margin for you, in terms of, you know, just quickly throwing in the long-term storage fees and the monthly storage fees. So just keep those in mind, and you should be a-okay. And again, I would recommend using an app. For example, there's Scout IQ, which is the app that we use. It's a great app, and it pretty much makes it easy. It does most of the work for you. It also has an e-score, and with that e-score you can determine whether or not to buy the book. So Scout IQ is very helpful, especially if you're a new person. It's just so much more faster and efficient. So check out Scout IQ. We're gonna drop the link in the bio, and that should be really helpful for you guys. And and that's pretty much it. And on this slide, it's just simple. What do we avoid? We avoid books that have no sales history. So let's say there's a book that's ranked 9 million, but and the profit is $300 or $500 profit. That's kind of funky. So what we want to do is check Keepa or Camel, and that's pretty much going to bring up the sales history chart. And you can tell by that chart, pretty much the history of that item. So let's say the book, it'll tell you, the book hasn't sold in 3 months. It'll tell you if the book hasn't sold in 2 years. Let's say the book hasn't sold in 2 years, and the average used price at the time was $3 or $4, or the glass copy that sold for $10. It's not really $300 profit. The only reason it's $300 profit is because of the other competitors or sellers that are trying to sell that book have no idea, and they just spiked the price. So you definitely want to check out sales history. But books that have no sales history, usually it's a red flag. We just don't go with it. Doesn't make sense. Also, books that have 0 ranking. So sometimes when you scan books on your seller app, or you're just looking through them, some of them are going to have 0 ranking. That means that the book has never sold. Amazon has never sold any book, or hasn't sold that book. So I would avoid that as well. And also high ranking books with high ranking or with high competition. So let's say you find a book that is $5 profit, but it's ranked like 3 million or 2 million, and there's like I don't know, like 50 other competitors selling that book. Usually what happens in that scenario is everybody's going to try to sell that book too, because it's such a high ranking book. There's not a demand for it. So usually a price war happens, and it might take a while for you to sell out on that book, especially if it's selling very slowly throughout the year. So there is a chance that you might hold on to this book for a year, and after all the fees and everything and just waiting for it to sell, you might lose money. So you definitely want to avoid high ranking books that have a lot of competitors in there, and that's both competitors, fulfilled by Amazon and also merchant fulfilled competitors. So you want to avoid that as well. So again, just so overall summarization is, you want to just look at the book ranking on books when you're buying them, and stick to the parameters. Again, those were the Scout IQ triggers, and you could actually check out the link below. Great app. It's going to help you source faster and just make better decisions. And then, yeah, pretty much you just want to avoid books with no sales history, 0 ranking, and books that are high ranking with high competition. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's the video. And if this was helpful, go ahead and give it a like, comment. If there's any suggestions you guys want to give us or any questions that you have, please comment below. We'd appreciate that. And also, please subscribe. That'd be awesome. It's great karma. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.